there. And boom. All right, welcome to tonight's Zoom. My name's Stacy Ritticher, and I'm excited to share a little jewel that I found about 7 years ago called Trello. I use Trello for a lot of things. My actual board that I use is super busy, so what I did is for the last week, I brought it all down to a brand new board so that I could show you guys what I do without you seeing 5 years of me working my business and having that kind of be a little bit overwhelming. And then I also created, for those of you who really like what you see tonight, I created a copy of what I use, and we're gonna send the link out in the VIP training bot so that if this is something you wanna use, you can copy it and use it for yourself. So I'm gonna share my screen and let's see, I want Chrome, share. Okay, we should be good. So this board here, oh, it's open. And this isn't gonna take an hour. Oh, I have to refresh. Let me reload this so you guys can see what I've got going on here. You gonna work for me, internet? Here we go. Sometimes you have to intimidate the internet. Those of you who got on early, I did kind of apologize for my background here, but this is where I work. This is where I do my thing. We've got a toy box, we've got a desk, we got an easel, and we just get it done. So this is my Trello board. I know it already looks like a lot, but I'm gonna kind of go column by column and explain what each one's for. I'm gonna open some things up and let you guys see them. And then I'm gonna show you guys the sample board that I've created for you to use if it's something you want. And again, I said this before I started recording, so I'm gonna say it one more time. If tech isn't your thing, don't feel like this is something that you have to go in and learn how to do. If what you're doing is working, please stick with it. Don't try something new. But if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you run out the door and you forget your planner often, and that keeps you from doing the things that you need to do to grow your business, then this is a free solution for you. Yes, it costs you $0 to use this program. So we're gonna check it out. This first column here I have is for new friends. New friends are, and I was with my family today, so I have nobody in my new friends column, but had I been out and met some humans and added them to my network in some kind of way, whether it's to my Facebook page or into my phone, I got their business card or whatever, they're gonna go in my brand new column here, new friends. And we're gonna add those people here so that we remember to engage with them and start that relationship. They don't have a free account yet. They're kind of a lead, but they don't even know they're a lead yet because they just met you at the store, right? Or out with the kids or wherever it was. And I talk with my hands a lot, so I'm driving you crazy. I'm sorry, I'll try to keep them down. So my active leads list, these are the 20 to 30 people usually that I'm really, really focused on. They're gonna go in my active list, but then they're gonna move into follow-ups and they're gonna move into samplers, hopefully, and then into my customer accounts, and then promoters and on from there. So I'm just gonna open a couple of these up and show you what I do. This person here, I should probably move his name since his wife's currently involved in another company. So I've been talking to this couple for over a year, but they're kind of ready now. So he was ready for a trial. I checked that on my checklist. Got the free account. We actually did do the three-way connection. If you're not doing some type of a third-party validation, you guys, that's so key and so critical to closing our deals. And I've sent the trial pack out to him. It's due to get to his hands tomorrow. So see where this says due date right here at the top? I'm gonna now change my due date. I don't know what day it is anymore, the 24th. To tomorrow, and I'm gonna set it for 9 a.m. so that I remember to write it on my daily list of things that I need to do. But I also know that he's 3 time zones back from me, so I'm not gonna call him at 9 a.m. because that would not be very polite. So I'm gonna set it to remind me about 5 minutes before. That's why it's 9:05. Done. So now this is the due date that's set for me. I'll get a notification on my phone tomorrow to remind me that this is something that I need to do for my business. I do that mainly for people who either are a brand new trial pack or a brand new product order, because I know that I want to keep involved with them just a little bit more in the beginning. So then I'm going to move into, let's see here. Some of these people I've been taught, oh, I got a couple of the same person on here. Some of these people I've talked to for longer than others. So this one here, I've reached out, I've done my Thrive Drop, you know, I've brought it up, I've mentioned it a little bit. She hasn't tried the products yet. She's ready to, but we haven't had that three-way connection yet. So I personally won't send it to her until I know she talks to someone else, because specifically with this one, she's my family. So I definitely want her to hear from someone else. She doesn't have kids. I have 3 kids. You know, she works full time. I'm here with my baby all day in her mind. So for me to connect her, it's going to be better for me to connect her with someone who's in the school system, because that's what she does. She's like a preschool, not a teacher, but it's not preschool either, but it's that early learning. She's like a teacher's assistant type thing. So I have followed up with her, and I went swimming with her. So I'm going to mark for follow-up number 2, I'm going to check it as done. And then I'm going to just say, spent the day swimming. Can't spell either. I've never been able to type and spell and talk at the same time. Spent the day swimming. Interested in trying. And I'm going to make a note that she's drinking a ton of coffee right now and Red Bull. You got the whole day. And I'm going to fix that noise. And then I'm going to save that. Close this. I got to figure out now where my participants are. Oh. Okay. Everybody's muted again. So that's she's kind of an active, like I want to stay on top of her. So I'm leaving her in my leads list. Now these follow-ups here, these few people that I have on my follow-up list for this week, these people either expressed some kind of interest, they were ready to order, and then they stalled. So this one, for example, she was ready to order Thrive Skin, and I sent her $25 in credits for her, you know, thank you, and let's get started, and she hasn't ordered. So I've touched base with her a couple of times, but for whatever reason, she stalled out. So I have to dig back into her and figure out why she slowed down. Is it a money thing? What, you know, there's always something that can be holding someone back. So she's staying in my fresh follow-ups. These are my fresh follow-ups, so that I don't drop the ball, because we've all done that before and it stinks. Now, this one here, did a sample, did the follow-up, did second follow-up. He's not ready to order, but he just finished a sample last week. So again, that one's in my fresh here. And they were in my samplers column, and now they're back in my follow-up column because they didn't complete and move forward. So they moved back. Samplers right now, this beautiful lady is my mother-in-law, and she's an esthetician, and I did send her a whole month's worth of Thrive Skin so that she can try it and give me her honest opinion. So far, she's loving it. So I have her in my samplers pile yet still, because she's not quite done with that, you know, with that sampling. Okay, so for her, it's going to be a little bit slower process, but I'm kind of hoping we can get it in her spot. Have her start using that on people's faces while they're there. So my customer accounts, these are, you know, anybody on this account, they have an account whether they've ordered or not, okay? So here, they may be ordering for a while, they may have never ordered, but these are people I just need to make sure that I'm continuing to engage, building that relationship, letting them know that I care about them first, but I would love for them to thrive with me as well. Same for promoters. I do the same thing. I have everybody in a column. If I've got something I need to remember, I definitely have it in there to remember. And you'll see when the checklist is completed, you get this 11 out of 11 done. So at that point, you can move to another checklist or not. So this one here, I'm going to go ahead and make a note here that she is ready to get back on auto ship. So I worked poolside today, and I didn't write any of this down or put it in here so that I could put some of it in here while you guys were on so you could see. So my sample human would be, I'm going to open this one up real quick here. So this would be someone who they just enrolled and just went active as a promoter. So I created an onboarding promoters checklist to help me remember to make sure that I'm helping my promoters be set up to run their own business successfully, because it's not my responsibility to run their business, but it is my responsibility to empower them to grow their business. So I want to make sure that I have them on the VIP bot, okay? I want to make sure that I help them with their curiosity posts and it doesn't turn into a spam post, because we can do a lot with the first group of people that are excited about this with that promoter. Do they have product in hand? If not, I need to get some in their hand because they've got to at least try it, right? Then I want them to get 4 customer prospects, people who might need the product, in a chat with me. Same thing, the next day we're going to talk to some promoters, some people who we think might be good to or interested in promoting with her. Whoops, what have I done? Okay. Calls and live scheduled. I want to make sure that my brand new promoter knows, hey, you don't have to be on every single one of these calls, but we have this available this day, this available this day, and every Wednesday we have a training and it's awesome, and I want to make sure that you have access to everything you need. So I shoot them over a message that has all of that there. Now this is something here that you could create, or I could create a comment card that had it to where it was just a copy and pastable. Hey, here's the schedule of our, you know, our weekly stuff that's going on. We do have extra stuff, but this is what you can always count on being there. Have I connected them with some of the people in my upline? And I used to just do a welcome with one person. Now I try to make sure that my people are connected with 2 or 3 people besides me, because life gets busy. We all have a moment where, you know, maybe Amber's at motocross, Chas is at something with Sierra, and I'm at a t-ball game, and she can't get any of us. Well, then maybe she could reach out to someone else if I've made sure to, you know, create those relationships, help to cultivate those relationships. So I have that in there. Did we do a launch call or a launch event or a launch Zoom for them? Are they in the vault? Are they in my group? Are they in Chastity's group? So that's my checklist there. And then this day 1, day 3, day 2, all this is just their first 14 days in. So what I would do then is create reminders for myself so that I'm getting reminders. If your team is using this, you can actually add them to these boards as you're creating like events like this, or Facebook Live, or if you're doing a like a live event, like a vendor booth, a vendor event, you can add your people to a board and plan everything you need to plan, and you can mention your team members in here as well. I'm the only one on this board, so no one comes up here but me, but I can mention myself and make sure that I get a reminder by mentioning myself as well. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, so this is just a sample that I created here, and that stays there for me so that I can copy and paste it in to my promoters boards. So all I would do if Patty were new is click checklist and then type in onboard. Nope, not onboard. What do I call it? Sample? Oh, don't pay attention to me. Here it is. So I would just scroll down to my sample human, onboarding promoter, add, and then I would click my checklist again and scroll down to my sample human, and daily check-in, new promoter, add. So those are there, brand new, unchecked, ready to go. So this is super quick. This isn't something where you're typing a ton. Once it's there and set up for you, you can just do it and move it. People can be drugged from one to the other very quickly and simply as well. You can also email from your Gmail account. You can actually email things to your Trello board to help you kind of stay on the ball and make sure, like if you got something you got to do on Friday, like a Zoom event on Friday for your team, you get an email about that, you shoot that to your Trello board, it schedules it on your board for you, and you're good to go. And then I have the same thing for a new customer, same idea. I want to send them a thank you card. I track their product for them. Did they sample? If they didn't, they're not going to be thinking to offer a sample to their friends. So I want to make sure we let them know, like, hey, if somebody's kind of wanting to, I'll send a sample for you. Can you think of a few people who need to experience this? Why is that in my board? Because I don't want to forget to ask them, right? 3-way chats or calls. Can we do some more of those? Auto ship date and scheduled check-in. This is another spot where if I know that they set it up to run on the 15th, I'm going to make a due date for the next month. Oops, bad click. the next month. If they're running it on the 15th, I want to touch base with them that Monday, at least 4 days ahead of time, and just remind myself to check in with them and make sure maybe they want to try Blast, but they're not going to know how to log in there and do all that. They're not going to remember. So that just helps me stay on top of that side of things. So I know that I'm getting my work done and I'm not forgetting anybody. Now, I want to show you guys. Okay, so this one here, I have to refresh. I opened these all up earlier. What is on my computer? Okay. I think I broke my screen when I dropped my light. So this is the board that I created to send out through the VIP bot to anybody who wants it. If you guys want it, great. If not, that's fine too. When we upload the recording from tonight, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, and then I will put the link to this board in that YouTube video as well. So if you're watching the replay or you're watching the recording, it will be down below in the description. What I did is I created like how to use the board. Each list has a sample card. And I am gonna go through questions and answer all those. I'm on a roll, and if I stop, we'll be starting over from the beginning. So I made this like how to use this board thing, and it kind of just walks you through each little area and kind of what to do. And then on each of the lists, I wrote down what I use it for. But you can copy this board and then rename it to what you want to name it, and you can change all of this and make it your own. And again, like I said before, this is also something you can do with each piece of paper in your notebook having the same thing. What I like about it is when I click on a name, I can type in a comment and just add what happened today, and then I can read back through it and see it all. I can set my reminders and all that stuff, and I don't have to overthink it. When the baby's quiet, I can sit down and just start doing really quick and then get back to him. So let's go through this one I made for you guys. So your new friends would go there. Your leads list, same thing. People that, you know, you're fresh talking to. I put the checklists in here for you already, so they're done. Each one of them are done. And you'll see I only talk to cool people like Bob Thriven and Jennifer Aniston and Miranda Lambert. I was making people up. So my samplers, I've got their little follow-up thing there because, you know, and I have 10 on here because people don't always order right away, even when 200Ks talk to them. Sometimes you have to talk to them 10 more times or 20. So you've got all of your lists. So if you were to go in here and create a new person, a new add-on here, and I'm gonna go in this I'm in VIP one and enter a title. This is where I would put in a name. So I see Joe on my screen, so we're gonna call her Joe Activate. That's your name. Then you're gonna tap on that card. Okay, description. This is where you can put a little bit about the person that you just enrolled. Do you know what their why is? If you do, that's an excellent spot to put it because when they're having a hard day, you can remind them of their why. So this is where you would just type in, you know, married, 3 kids, can't type, 2 in school, 1 at home, wants to replace her car and income from the job she left 3 years ago. Obviously when the last baby was born, right? This is not even a real person. So now I'm gonna click checklist, and this is a new promoter. So I'm gonna go in my checklist and hit checklist onboarding promoter. Like I named the ones all way better for you guys here. You can create new checklists, whatever you want. And you keep adding them. Checklist active promoter. This is someone that's already active on your team. If you're adding them in, they should still be on that bot. You can delete, no big deal. And then with this one, what I'm gonna do is open this back up and just show you how to just delete the whole card, okay? So we're gonna delete the checklist. And then it's been so long since I've archived. So you're gonna click archive. and that'll archive the whole thing. So it's never really gone. It's still in an archive. So if someone quits and they're done and they're fed up and good riddance and you're like, you can still get it back when they're ready to come back, which I like. So that's it, you guys. This is super simple. What I'm gonna do now is open up the more, I'm assuming that's chats, it is. And I'm gonna kind of go through the questions here and just kind of answer them and show them. Thank you, Abby. And it's super simple. There's a lot you can do. I can show you guys some of the other, I have tons of boards on here. I can show you some of them. I actually signed up for a Trello course because I fell in love with the idea of this, and you don't have to go do that. But this woman uses Trello to run her whole entire life and her whole entire business. Like this is her planner. And then she just makes a to-do list every day. So I got a lot of boards from her. So since we have time, I might go through a little bit of that and show you guys, just so you can see, but I want to keep it kind of more business focused. But an organized life allows for an organized business. So we'll go through some of it. Love this Genius, great tool. Yay. Yeah, and the cool thing is this is free. So there's a lot of things out there that you can purchase, but then you have to put all your people's information into software that someone else owns, which means that they can see your back end. This is yours. You can make your board private. It's, you know, yes, it's Trello, but it's not like a network marketing company created this and they're going to suck all your people into their funnel. This is yours. You create this. You work it the way you want to work it. And it's easy. Shiva, this is called Trello, Trello, and it is absolutely free. You can just Google Trello and create an account. You can download the apps for your phone, which is super, holy cow, super good. My people are all excited here. Let's see. You can do it on your phone too, Morgan, so it'll work anywhere you can log into the internet, it'll work. I'm going to show you my phone. Doesn't recognize me. Trello. You also have to be able to spell, which we've already determined that I cannot do. So, okay, it's opening up. So on my phone, it's a little smaller, but it's still the same. All those lists are there. I can open anyone up and do all those same things. It's that light is shining right on my phone. You probably can't see it, but it's all there. It's all the same on my phone. And then it's just an app that you download for free from the App Store. Let's see. You can't hear me? Oh Lord, I hope we'll make sure that we have to make sure that she gets the replay so she can hear. Yes, we will have Thrive Live and VIP. It will be in the VIP training vault, Mary, so you'll definitely get it there. Yes, you can use it on your cell phone. Yeah, there's an app for that for certain. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that questions are out there that I can answer them for you. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My dog's snoring somewhere really loud, but I can't see her. It's really helpful to use, Jax, absolutely. And it's not real hard to set up. I think it's easier to set it up on the computer, but if you use your notes, you can definitely have it all up. The checklist, Nicole, the checklist kind of is my cheat sheet. So let me show you guys. If you use this board that you're looking at right now, this is for you guys. I made this just for the people that get on here and listen to me babble about my favorite toy. So this will be yours. You can copy it, and you do want to copy it, because if you start working on this one, I'm going to make it public. So you just want to copy this board into your Trello, make it private, and then you can start adding your people in. But when you copy it, all those checklists are there. So when you hit the checklist button and then you hit this copy items from, you'll see active promoter, you'll see prospect, checklist for prospect, checklist for sampling, new ordering customer, checklist for prospect, checklist for pay. So these are multiples under each of these people, but just your checklists are already there. You've got your funnel is there. You know, if you click on and add the funnel, We're going to have just your basic, the reach out, the thread drop, the sample, follow up 1, follow up 2. Change the names in these. Do you need to be reminded to invite them to like the fan page? If so, then you will have the ability to just, you know, type that in right over here. So here's, once I make it private, what you'll do to copy it, let me move the chat over here. Menu, more, copy board. So that's all. You'll be on this board, you'll hit the menu button, then the more, and then you're gonna hit copy board, okay? It'll say title down below, and I call mine my working business board. You can call it whatever you want. You're gonna type it in there and keep the cards. You wanna leave that checked. This board will be private, and hit create, and then it's yours. You'll have your own separate board. This one will stay in your Trello unless you delete it from your Trello account. And what I would do would be copy it as your blank board, and then copy that one again. So you have this one stored for backup, and then you'll be able to just always have it there. So let me read this real quick. How do you copy? Okay, I just did that. What are you using now? Free version. Do not pay for it. There's absolutely no reason to pay for Trello ever. Your background pictures are not that important. I can do everything I need to do for my business with the free version, and look, this is ridiculous. These are all the boards I have, okay? Tons of boards, tons. So there's no reason that you have to go in and pay for it. I keep my, you can organize your social media on here as well. Let me see if I can find that. So this one here would be a social media planning board. Behind the scenes, my why, personal insights into my business or into my life, inspiration, about me, benefits, like, you know, to thriving, showcasing your product and service. So you could have posts ready to go when you're feeling creative and just come grab them from your Trello board and pop them out there, okay? There's so much you can do with this. And then, let's see, is this the one? Okay, so this is just the word captions that would go with pictures that I would put out there. So then I have my brain dump board, okay? And someone, I think it's Beth Graves, talked about going through the ABCs to remember. Corianne, I will help you, or Corrine, I'm sorry, I will help make sure that gets done. That for the copying, I'll show you again. Yes, I will show you that again so that you can see it. So Beth Graves did this thing where she talked about going through the alphabet and, you know, A, what does A mean? B, what does B mean? Type thing. So this was the brain dump that I started. You know, A was Ann Arbor, Michigan, not far away. I worked up there when we were doing soccer games, travel soccer games there. I met some people, so I put them there. Apple Tree Daycare. My 20 and 22-year-old went to Apple Tree Daycare, and I still remember all their teachers' names. So I put them on there, and I found them on Facebook. Bedford Boys Soccer. My boys played for Bedford. So you can start a brain dump board as you're wanting to think of people. You can only message so many people at a time, but you can just pop them all in there and go for it. Tiffany, the VIP bot will send a link to the exact board. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a ding on the bot. When you get the ding on the bot, you'll click on a link that'll bring you to here, okay? Once you're here, let me move this chat. You're going to look on the right side where it says menu here. And if menus were closed up, you would just hit this show menu button. You would scroll down to this more right at the top, click more, click copy board, type in what you want to call it, and hit create. That's it. Super simple. And we'll make sure that when the bot goes out, I can type those directions in there for you guys too. Downloading this or copying this, it's like 4 clicks. You can definitely get through it. And that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of open it up. You guys can, if you have questions, either speak up or type them in the chat, and I'll kind of go through that again. Yeah, it will be on YouTube. I'm recording it to my computer, so it'll have to do its whole little render and upload and all that. So it'll be a little bit, but we'll make sure that the YouTube link is active for you guys and out there. I must be drawing on this somehow. There's like lines showing up everywhere on my computer. It's not broken. There are just lines. I just work here. You're very welcome. So I'm glad this helped. And again, if tech is something that totally freaks you out, just watch the video, kind of think of what you maybe could use as far as organizing your notebook or your binder or your planner in a way that this will work for you and make sense for you. We've got to keep track of our samplers. We've got to do our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To me, this is easy. I can grab my planner. I can do one of two things. I can do it right from my phone, or if I'm trying to be extra organized, I can grab my planner and sit down and go, okay, who do I need to talk to for my leads list this week? 5, 5, 5, 5, right? Who do I need to follow up with? 4, 4, 4, 4, and just plan it all out. And then there's no question. I think 90% of the time we think we're working because we're doing busy work or we're watching a video or we're learning a thing, but then we're like, oh, I gotta go pick the kids up. I don't have time to apply this thing I just learned. So if that's you, or you're so busy that you finally get 10 minutes to work and you sit down and you're like, oh my gosh, what should I do? I only have like 10 minutes. Well, it's right there. That's what you do. You go ahead and just start sending some messages out, touch and base with some people, seeing how they're doing, loving on your team, and then get back to the rest of the life stuff you gotta do. So that is it. I know it's a short one. It's only 30 minutes, but you guys, that's all I had to share. If you want like in-depth Trello training, we can kind of do that some other time. I just wanted to introduce everyone to this wonderful app, let you kind of get your feet wet and just see what it's all about and just start. And if you're somebody who's right now going, I have like 50, 100,000 names in my back office, I don't even know where to begin, just start with your new friends and your leads list. And when you have time in the evening after everyone else has gone to bed or everything's finally quiet, then just, start adding people as you go. If you sort and do it alphabetically, you'll be able to catch right up and get it done. So that is all. Thank you for spending your time with me on a Wednesday summer night. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I will help you with them. Have a good night, guys. Bye.